Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Beyond.a.ball podcast. It is your host Ian. Joining me as always is Justin. Santiago's not here, but Justin, how you doing today? How's it going? We're on a Thursday. It's
Yeah,
it's a Friday feel on a Thursday. Very
yeah.
Friday feel. You got no shirt on, so this is good.
It's hot in my office right now. Don't have really any AC coming in here, so the shirt is off. Thank God the followers don't need to see anything in this picture. But like you said, it's Thursday. If any, I know we're on a soccer podcast, but it is a great week if anyone's in the golf, the Masters.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I'm looking forward to talking some footy, and I'm looking forward to next week. We finally got some warm weather in the 70s coming next
I
week.
know.
It
I'm
looks
so
like it
excited.
looks like we may be done with these 30, 40-degree days and being in a jacket. So I'm hoping we can stay consistent with that.
Yeah, no, I hope so. And I agree. And you're in the same position as I am. And it's very strange because I'm in a condo, but like it's
Mhm.
old, and you're in an apartment and it's old.
Yeah,
And it's in the 40s outside. And it's like hot as hell in my place too.
yeah.
Like we're in that weird time where they haven't like turned the heat off yet. It's
It's too early.
bizarre.
Yeah,
Yeah, they still do it here where like I'll wake up in the middle of the night. Sometimes it's like 78 in here. And I'm just like, yo,
that's
you gotta
brutal.
be kidding me. Um, so listeners, yeah, if you don't have to deal with old buildings, you are lucky. Next week, yes, it's going to be awesome. I'm actually going to be with Santiago in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We're going on a 4-day golf trip with the boys, 5 rounds of golf, 8 gentlemen going down. So going to be a heck of a time. I'm not going to have to focus on the Man's U Chelsea match next weekend. So that's, I think, is what I'm already looking forward to.
Or two.
Like I'll be
Sounds like a
golfing. I
good
don't have
trip.
to. Yeah, no, it's gonna be rootin' tootin'. It's gonna be a blast. But yeah, we got a full slate of footy on this weekend. We've had a great week. I mean, there's been tons of action now that the international break is officially over. We get the
Thank
Premier
God.
League. Yeah, thank freaking God. And we got the Prem coming back this weekend. So just really a lot to look forward to. No more really long breaks. We're already in April. This is the final stretch where
Yeah,
what,
eight
six?
weeks, eight
Yeah.
game, eight game weeks, however you say it left.
Right, absolutely. So we're in the final stretch, listeners. And today's episode, we will be covering those 4 Champions League matches that occurred during this week. At the time of recording, it is Thursday, so they happened on Tuesday and Wednesday. So we're going to recap all 4 of those, take a look into maybe some of the favorites going into that return leg, and then we're gonna just preview all 10 Premier League matches for this weekend. And it's funny because I told Justin as we are planning the episode, I said, "Hey, let's take the top 6 teams and the bottom 3, and let's just cover the matches they play." And I did not realize that equates to 9 and that nobody is playing each other, and that would have just been 18. And I was like, well, I guess we'll just throw Tottenham in there as well. Or Justin said that. So I'm a jackass. I never really finished Algebra 2. So that's where my knowledge is at. But we're going to cover the Premier League. We'll go into a nice little deep dive there as we kind of get towards the end of the season. But I
Algebra
also do have
two?
what's that?
Algebra two. That's like more of like math foundations right there.
So when I got into college, I did so poorly on the mathematics entrance exam that I had to take an Algebra 1 class before I could even go into Algebra 2. So I took a 1 credit Algebra 1 math class, which was like long division and multiplication, I swear to God, in a classroom, got a C plus, and then I took Algebra 2 online and still only managed a C. So that
Hey,
is why I have a master's degree in communications and stay away from it.
what do they say? C's get degrees.
Hey, yeah, I was not good at math. I got an A in meteorology though in college. So shout outs to Pace University, but the only school that I know that can give out meteorology classes, and you can still get a degree for that shit. I played baseball. Anyway, Justin, anything before we get into these matches? We got a lot of good stuff to cover here.
No, I think we're good about our personal lives.
All right, perfect. Yeah, no, I'm about over talking about mine. So yeah, Champions League recap. The first match we're gonna go over, and this was a banger. One of there were not many bangers. There were not many bangers, I would say, over kind of those Champions League matches, but this one was a certified banger. We got if I could scroll up here. There you go. We got Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich taking the win here. 2 goals to 1 over Madrid. Um, Justin, I mean, I loved watching every bit of this game. Bayern Munich really had just so much more domination over Real
Hmm.
Madrid, in my opinion. Harry Kane had a great goal. Um, I think it could have been more. I think
Yeah.
Olise, that foul at the end was should have absolutely been a penalty. I'm not sure how that wasn't called. I'm not sure how VAR didn't intervene, but we had a Luis Diaz goal in the 41st, a Kane goal in the 46th, and it really was all Bayern. Madrid did hit on the counter with an Mbappe goal. I mean, this was a great match to watch, though. Back and forth, 20 shots for both teams. We had a 2.92 expected goal for Bayern and 2.2 for Real Madrid. So bangers each way, but wanted to see. What did you think of the match? A lot of yellow cards, too.
Yeah. No, yeah. I feel like whenever Madrid's in the conversation, there's always going to be a decent amount of yellows. But yeah, but like you said, I thought Bayern came out way sharper, pressing faster and more physical. I would like to say is I think Luis Diaz is a main part of that Bayern team now.
He's really
Just
good.
just the more like I see him, and obviously he played on Liverpool before, but like how he's came into this role in Bayern and been such like a important factor for that team is just made them lineups already great and their bench is already deep, but just having him, they're so much better. Yeah, but then you said like Madrid finally woke up after that goal that Harry Kane scored. What was it like 30 seconds into the second half?
Harry Kane, yeah, no, he came
Yeah,
right. They came right out of break and they scored. That
yeah.
was
And
crazy.
right when I saw that goal, I was like, this game can get ugly very soon. I was like, we could see three or four goals, but like you said, uh, Madrid got that other one. Uh, that that was the first time Bayern won in Madrid in years. It's been like a lot of years since they won in
I did
Madrid.
not know that.
Yeah, I don't know how many years it was, but I found that out. But I think like again, I think Madrid did what they always do. They survive and
Hmm,
they hang around.
they did. They
And
did.
again, I thought Bayern was the better team. I don't think we can argue against that, but I think Madrid was better mentally.
Yeah, Madrid looked
Hmm.
great. Honestly, I loved the formation they came out there with, Madrid. I liked the fact that they did start both Vinny and Mbappe up top. I like the
Hmm.
4-4-2. I like the
Yeah,
4-4-2 they're running out there. I think Tchouaméni in the middle. That's going to be a big loss in the return leg because Tchouaméni, that's too many yellow cards.
yeah.
He's not going to be able to
Hmm.
play. But I like Arda Güler. I like Valverde. I like the way Madrid has been playing recently, and we're going to get to their counterparts in La Liga shortly in Barcelona, who I don't like the
Yeah.
way they've been playing. But I think Trent Alexander-Arnold looked great. I think he's going to be a difference maker in that second leg as well. Um, but Bayern Munich, they're just so strong. I mean, that match was
Yeah.
just, they're just so strong because they're equally as deep, right? I mean, it'll be interesting to see if Bellingham's going to be able to play and start, right? He was out the last 9 weeks with a hamstring injury, came on in the second half of this match in the 62nd minute. So if he's able to start, could make a difference. But Bayern at home, that's going to also make a huge difference. Bayern loves to
Yeah.
score at home. And
Hmm.
you could say the same thing for Bayern, right? Musiala is working his way back. He came on in the 69th minute. Maybe he comes on earlier. He gets some
Hmm.
more minutes. Alfonso Davies did make his return as well, coming on in the 69th minute. So both of those fellows getting 20 minutes of run
Action.
time.
Hmm.
So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.
You know what? There was a lot of in this match, and I made some pretty good coin on it. A lot of
Cards,
corners. A lot of corners.
corners.
19 corners. 19 corners. So listeners, if you're listening in, those corner props are at like 8.5 total. You might want to buy in for next week at like over 14.5 or over like 12.5, or you're going to get some pretty good profit.
Yeah.
19 corners, dude, and 40 total shots. Nothing. And here's the thing, the second leg is going to be just like that. Nothing's going to change. They're going to go
I
back
hope
and
so.
forth, back and forth. I love it. In this match too, who do you, it's a tough question. You could almost take the Ballon d'Or top five, and how many do you think Ballon d'Or top five are were in that match? You can make a case for Elise, you can make a case for Kane,
I was
and you
about to
can make
say
a
you
case
probably.
for Mbappe. You can make three of five of the top five Ballon
Yeah,
d'Or
I would definitely say two.
contenders.
I think three can be questionable, but yeah, I would say right there, yeah,
Well, I think a lot. So who's the question mark?
Mbappe.
Mm, he's
Just
got a
because
shit ton of
he's been
goals.
he's I know, but he's just been in and out of lineups lately because of
World
injuries and
Cup
stuff
year
like
too,
that.
though.
Yeah, That is true, yeah. So
When
that
he
that will
scores, when he
depend.
bags 10 goals in the World Cup.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you know, though, that this is Harry Kane's highest scoring season in his career at 32?
Interesting. I did not know that.
Do you know how many goals he has? I
This
do.
year,
Yeah, in all comps. I can pull it up.
I might go in a little bit overboard. 57.
It's close. So
I
he's
was,
got 31 goals in the Bundesliga alone, which is pretty ridiculous. In the DFB portal, he had six. So if you're keeping track at home, that's 37. In the Champions League, he's had 11. So that's 48 if you're keeping track at home. 48.
okay.
Oh, well, they do count the FIFA Club World Cup. If you count those goals, it'd give him 51. But yeah, I mean, he's off to, and then he's got eight with the UEFA qualifiers.
Yeah,
A lot of goals this season. A lot of goals this season for Harry Kane. Do you think he has his transfer value is listed at 160 million? Yeah. Do you think he has any shot of winning the Ballon d'Or?
absolutely.
Hmm. Okay.
Especially if he can make a run with England.
I think it's going to depend on the World Cup. I think the Ballon d'Or is going to come down to the World Cup.
Yeah, and that usually ends up what happens every 4 years. The World Cup plays a big factor
So I'll
into
bring it
it.
up again. If Portugal win the World Cup, does Cristiano Ronaldo win the Ballon d'Or?
Uh, that time
If
might be
Argentina win the World
he
Cup
might
this
be close
next,
to his 1,000 goals. So you never know. But no, like you said, winning the World Cup and being a key factor, it does play a big part in your blown door case.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Great, Matt. Who do you got in the return leg?
Uh, I gotta go for Bayern. I think Bayern's just too stacked all over the place,
Mhm.
especially at home. But I do think the result that Bayern got was a bad result. Like I said,
Yeah, it could have been a four or five.
this game could
That
have been all.
Olise foul, though, that's such bullshit. Like,
No,
as a
yeah.
guy who had the over 3.5 in that match, that was a foul in the fucking box. Like, they shoved him into the ground. It was wild, asinine.
He's about to break he's close to breaking Messi's record, by the way, for
Olise?
for goal contributions or something like
Yeah,
that in a certain I saw that as well.
Crystal Palace got fleeced.
Yeah,
That was
definitely.
only, I think, what, like 70 million?
I think it may have been a little less. I think maybe like 65.
Let's look it up. If you don't mind looking that up while I get, no, well, we don't have to look it up. But no, it was definitely, because I mean, right now, I mean, it's probably
Yeah,
double. He's probably going
I'll
for what,
look. Yeah,
140, 150?
yeah. Who do you have winning going on?
I got Bayern Munich win.
Uh,
I think it'll be another shootout, 3-2. Real Madrid just always gonna they come to play. They
yep.
play for that
Hmm.
badge. They really do play for that badge with those guys. So I think, but I do think Bayern does advance. It'll be a banger for sure though.
60 million.
60 million. Wow,
Yep.
that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, at least right now, probably it's in the hundreds. What do you go for, given the market? If you went, can you imagine if you went back to the Premier League, like
Nah,
to
he'll go for
City? I could see him go
nah.
back to City. I could see him go to City.
Yeah,
Maybe
they don't
not.
need they don't need him.
They don't need him right now, but Pep always finds a way to bring somebody in.
His transfer value is 148 mil.
Yeah, so
So
double.
almost triple
Oh yeah,
with
good
Palace.
math.
Yeah. Is that algebra too?
Moving along, we got Sporting. We had Sporting versus Arsenal, and goddamn, it's just boring as hell.
I know.
Boring Arsenal. I really don't. There's not much that happened in this match to really cover. 1-0 win for Arsenal, just really boring. Kai Havertz scored with, in the 91st minute. Other than that, that was it. I mean, 1.3 XG for Arsenal, and I'm sure probably all one of those was from that Kai Havertz goal. Not too many shots, only 19 combined. Arsenal only had eight shots on target the whole match. It just wasn't a clean game. It was a sloppy game. I've heard Arsenal fans actually say over that they wish they had kind of lost and that they were so bothered by it when, these folks that call it a talk sport, that they hated it so much that they just turned it off. Right. I mean, it was
Yeah.
boring as all hell. I don't really understand the lineup they run out there. I don't know if people were too banged up. I'm not really sure. The Madueke, Trossard starting on the right and left wing didn't look good. Nobody looked good for Arsenal. Nobody looked good. It was a boring game plan. They got the win, but that's about it. Oh, I'm sorry. Saka, Timber, and Gabriel all were out. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's I didn't see much excitement from this game. I think Arsenal did struggle for large parts. I do
Mhm.
think they're running into a little bit of trouble towards the end of the season. And obviously we'll talk about them going to the Premier League this weekend. But the thing that pisses me off about them is like they're not pretty to watch. They're not dominant, but they just find ways to win. And if it's a scrappy corner set piece or it's like again late in the game, 91st minute, 90th plus, it's just annoying. But
Mhm.
I think the reason they got this one is because David Raya.
Yeah.
I thought David Raya made some great saves in this game to really keep them alive. So
Mhm.
I think what was it, 2 minutes in, Sporting had a good chance. He made a save that hit the
Well,
ball, hit the
Sporting
cross.
was hitting the,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
they were
took
hitting
it
the
crossbar.
woodwork. They had more stronger spells, and it just wasn't the class finishing, but it
Yeah,
didn't
but
look good. Arsenal
yeah,
stole it. It wasn't like it
yeah,
wasn't like they outplayed Sporting by any stretch of the imagination. I don't. It's going to be, and again, because Arsenal's going to be home, it's going to be tougher for Sporting. But I think that's going to be a cagey return leg to the
yeah.
Emirates.
I'm
Arsenal
in
has not been playing well. They're bounced out of two, right?
cups. Yeah,
Two cups
yeah,
now.
yeah. All they have left is Champions League and the Premier League. I'm interested to see because these legs go next week again, right?
Hmm.
I'm very interested the lineup he puts out this weekend, knowing that
Yeah.
title race isn't over, especially if Arsenal loses to Bournemouth this weekend and obviously Man City plays Chelsea and Man City wins, then the gap goes down to 6 points, I believe. I think it's a 9 point difference right now. It goes down to six. We could see some momentum changing, and they still have to play each other once during the season as well. So it's going to be very
Yeah, 9 point
interesting to
difference.
see how Arsenal do play this weekend against Bournemouth, who I don't think is a great team, but I think it could be a little scrappy game for him.
Well, I don't think Arsenal's a great team either.
It's very
I
true.
think, and we'll get into that match for sure, because I think,
Yeah,
to your point, Bournemouth is scrappy, and Arsenal, I don't think they are. I don't think they're a scrappy team by any stretch of the imagination. And I think they're it's tough to say they're in poor form because they've been winning in the Premier League, but outside of the Premier League, those cup matches, they have been shaky at best. They got blown away against City. But yeah, nothing really else kind of to talk about in this leg. I think the return will be cagey. I would be a fool to say that Arsenal will lose, but I think it'll be closer than probably they hope in that return leg. I could
yeah.
see them like winning 1-0 or just being like a 1-1 draw and them advancing 2-1.
No, yeah. I think again, I'm gonna take Arsenal. Uh, Against Sporting have been surprising this entire Champions League run, and
Yep.
you can probably say most fans or supporters probably didn't think this game was gonna end 1-0. Maybe some did, depending on how you think of Arsenal and how they play. But again, you're really only down one going back to the Emirates. Like you said, playing at the Emirates is an easy place to play. But like you said, it's only one goal. You get one and get game
Yep.
on. Not anything else can happen.
It's only one goal. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Early. Who knows? Moving on, we have Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. Now, this was the Wednesday matches we were getting into, and bit of a shocker, bit of a shocker to say the least. However, Atletico did also beat Barca over the weekend. Maybe we shouldn't have been too shocked. Pau Cubarsí got sent off in the 44th minute. He should have been sent off over the weekend.
Yeah, he should have. Yes, he should have.
Wait, no, Barca. Anyway, should have been sent off over the weekend. Wasn't sent off over the weekend. The yellow card was canceled. He ended up getting sent off. Alvarez banger direct free kick to make it 1-0. And then Sorloth scored again in the 70th minute, assist by Ruggiero to make it 2-0. And then Atletico Madrid, pretty comfortable win at the Camp Nou.
Yeah, just
Uh,
I'm gonna correct you because you knew Barca beat Atletico this weekend.
hmm?
Barca beat Atletico this weekend.
Barca beat him 2-1, right?
Yeah, 2-1. Yeah, just to
It was
correct you.
1-1. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, no, this was a great match. Barcelona did have their chances, granted. Barcelona had way more chances, I think, than Atletico Madrid did. Much higher XG, way more total shots, more shots on target, more corners, really everything. But it was one of those Atletico Madrid kind of, you know, Simeone wins, right? This classic beat them on the counter, grind on defense. They took the lead early, take steal a goal, swirl off, and now they're going home up 2-0, 2-0 in in the draw. And I think it's going to be really tough for Barcelona on the road. Really tough. Barcelona's going to have to score at least 3 goals to advance on the road.
Yeah, yeah. I thought Barca played well really early on, and again, I'm not a big fan of him. I thought Lamine Yamal was actually fantastic in this game. I thought he played really well. But whenever you get a Barca Atletico game, you should know lots of cards. They're more than likely is going to be a red card, and obviously there was a red card during the weekend when they played each other. We got another red card this week. We're probably going to get another red card next week, especially
Yeah.
how the game
Oh,
goes.
yeah.
If Atletico goes ahead,
That
or
betting market, fellas, hop
yeah,
on it.
or if Barca goes into like a dominant force into this game and they go up, they score 4 goals or something, I can definitely see a red card at the end of this game. But yeah, I think Atletico did what they had to do. We know how they're gonna play. They got the goal on the free kick. Julian Alvarez' free kick was absolutely unbelievable, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And then the second goal was by Sorloth, and it's exactly how Atletico wants to play. Hit him on the counter. They got that very important second goal. Uh, it sounds like it is the most Atletico win. This is just how they are with Diego Simone. Sit deep, stay compact, and punish the mistakes of Barca.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the Barcelona shot map, it is pretty wild to see
Wow,
where these
yeah,
shots were taken, though. I mean, they're taken from inside the box. So, again, really strong showing by Atletico's defense. And I mean, they probably had about 8 or 9 people in the box at one point, just defending, defending, defending. But that's how Simeone wants to play. And hey, it works. Win's a win. And they're going to be going next week at home. Who do you got in that one?
Atletico's home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you know this is another stat for you? 20-year drought at Camp Nou for Atletico.
Really?
20
Wow.
years.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Who do I have? I gotta go with Atletico. I'm not counting Barca out, don't get me wrong,
Hmm.
because we know that front three can score anytime they want. But I just think now that we know what Diego Simone's gonna do.
We know what
They're
he's going to do, and
they're gonna
it's
they're gonna
yeah,
sit back and Barca knows they're gonna need to attack and it goes right into Atletico hands.
yeah,
They're just gonna counter and go. And this game could remind me of who did Barca beat? Was it Newcastle when they were down the first leg?
yep, yep.
And then their offense just exploded. So I think the first goal is huge here. I think if
Mhm.
Barca gets the first goal here, I think Atletico is actually in trouble.
I think if they get it early,
Yeah, but I think if Atletico gets one early or even gets through the half 0-0, I
yeah,
think
I
I
agree.
think Atletico go. The only thing that can ruin this game is a stupid red card by Atletico, which I could.
I'm not ruling that out,
Yeah, no, exactly.
but I'm also not ruling off out a stupid red card by Barcelona either.
No, absolutely, yeah, that
Like,
is true.
right, somebody breaking that high line, getting past, and then last ditch effort to get the ball, they get the guy, and at 0-0, they're down to 10. So I could see either way happening, but it should be a good one next week. It's just going to be gritty. Take the over of the cards. The last last matchup that we had this week, PSG 2, Liverpool nil. Desiree Doué a goal in the 11th minute. Vardiasquela a goal in the 65th minute. And he's been hot this Champions League. And PSG
Yeah,
was just they were just all the fuck over Liverpool from the rip. 74% possession, 2.35 expected goals to Liverpool's 0.17.
they no shot.
18
They have any shots? Liverpool?
Liverpool had 3 shots
Three
in the
shots. It was
match.
no. It was no shots on goal. That's
Yeah,
what it was, right?
to
Yeah.
PSG's 18. Just absolute domination. Liverpool had 1 corner. Yeah, like you said, no shots on target, no
Nine t
big chances
nine
generated,
touches in the box.
only a 75% pass percentage on 190 passes. I mean, this was just a fucking ass whooping if I've ever seen one. And Arnie Slot has got to really be looking around like, hey, maybe I should be looking for a new job because they got absolutely embarrassed.
No, he can
Every
stay.
bit. Yeah, I'm okay with him staying, but
Me
every
too.
bit Liverpool's not going to stay. What was that lineup that they ran out? Three,
I
five at the back.
I don't know what he's doing with this team.
They ran out essentially, listeners. FotMob has it as a 3-4-1-2, which is basically how they attacked. But for all intents and purposes, they were playing a 5 5-2-1-2 and inverting Frimpong and Kirkez. And at the back had Joe Gomez, Van Dyke, and Kanate, all who played like shit. Virgil van Dijk, hey, newsflash, everybody, is like 3 years past his prime at this point. He's playing like crap at 34 years old. Like, and they all argue with each other. It's all they do. They just look like shit. They started Verts up top with Ekatike. I mean, for the embarrassment of riches that Arnie Slot has, the fact that he cannot figure it out is shocking. It's
You know, it's
shocking.
crazy. If you look at these ratings, Liverpool is all orange with an average of 6.2, and if you look at PSG,
So
it
bad.
is all green, and then you had
7-7.
what's his name in blue? I can't fucking pronounce his name because he,
Vardascala. Yeah.
yeah,
It,
there you
below,
go,
you
him,
know
him
what,
in blue.
they're doing the same thing they did last year. They just get hot in the Champions League. I mean, I think it's a little bit bullshit, like that league. I might have mispronounced that. They're just like, oh yeah, if you have a big match come up, that's fine. We're gonna just postpone your match in the league. I think that's pretty,
Yeah, that's bullshit. I don't care what you say.
yeah, like I think that's pretty ridiculous.
That says a lot about the league right there.
No, it does, and
Yeah.
it's a very, very weak league. So they are able to keep it strong for the Champions League, but not taking anything away from them. They whooped Liverpool's ass up and
Oh
down the
yeah.
pitch,
Yeah,
7 days a week, twice on
yeah.
Sunday.
I just think
Unbelievable.
PSG is they're just so dominant right now.
They are, and they're gonna they could make it into the Champions League again. It's gonna be
I'm
interesting
just I'm just upset they're on the left side. Like I would have loved to see a Bayern PSG final,
yeah,
but they're on the same side, which is unfortunate. But
Liverpool or PSG Arsenal final.
I think PSG would shit on them.
Yeah, I am too. PSG. Ooh. All right, yeah. So that's our Champions League, and I got PSG in the leg
Yeah,
and
I
in
do.
the leg at Anfield. I don't think.
Ian,
I
would you
think
like to play a little game I just
I think
created?
Liverpool's going to be walking alone. Let's put it that way.
That would
Yeah,
be funny. All right, I'm gonna give you four categories,
sure.
and you got to tell me which team I put down. This is regarding the Champions League. All right,
Okay.
little game. Best team.
Best team of the Champions League.
Yes,
I have to guess who you put down.
yes.
Bayern Munich.
Negative.
Who did you put down?
PSG.
Okay.
Smartest team.
Did you put down PSG?
No, this is from like these games this
Oh,
week.
from these games, not the
Yeah,
whole
sorry.
thing.
Yeah, my
Oh,
bad. Sorry. Smartest team.
smartest team. Bayern.
Atletico Madrid.
Perfect. 0 for
Perfect
2.
game. Perfect gameplay and execution. Biggest regret.
Sporting.
Fire.
Fuck.
Okay, last one. I got you. Most dangerous situation.
Arsenal.
Real Madrid.
Shit. Your game sucks.
It's just something different. I was going through it. I wrote a couple of things down. I thought you would get one.
Yeah, no, 0 for 4.
Oh, for four.
Attaboy.
Well, we don't do trivia much anymore because we probably should get back to it because
I
Santi
got a
hasn't been here.
I got a random trivia question for you.
See,
What player has scored against the most different Premier League clubs in their career before we get into the Premier League?
which player has scored the most?
Most goals against
Like,
different Premier League clubs, right? So you think about clubs relegated, um, and different clubs coming up. Which player has scored against the most respective different ones?
Harry Kane.
No. Played for Chelsea. Older player, midfielder, actually.
Cesc Fabregas.
Frank Lampard.
Frank Lampard.
I watched a Frank Lampard doc last night, and yeah, 177 goals in the Premier League. That's pretty ridiculous. That's a lot of goals.
As a
He never
center
left the
mid
Premier
too.
League. He never
Yeah,
left the Premier League. So he went from West Ham to Chelsea when they were dominant, and then played for City. So he never left the Prem.
sure. Yeah.
Um, yeah. So that's a little trivia question to your over one. So frig right off. That'll bring us into the Premier League, and like because my math was poor and we were going to go over just 9 teams and it ended up being eight, Anyway, we're going to go over all the matches in the Premier League, starting with West Ham versus Wolves tomorrow. We have a 3 p.m. Eastern time kickoff on Friday. The match is going to be at the London Stadium, so West Ham's going to be home, and this is going to be a battle of the bottom of the table. West Ham right now currently is sitting at 18th place on 29 points. Wolves is sitting at 20th place with 17 points. So both of these teams looking to kind of get out of relegation. I think West Ham is going to be the one here, but just what do you think?
I have Wolves in this one. I think
Really?
West Ham are down in injuries. They got a bunch of injuries that they're dealing with. Uh I'm
One.
hoping I'm
They have
like
one.
I
They have one injury.
yeah, it's a big one, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Oh, well, I got my information a little bit wrong there. Uh
Oh
no,
no, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right.
yeah, it's
They have three out, and one of them is Somerville. I'm sorry. I was looking at the other side.
making me look like a jackass over here. But like half of me does hope West Ham does win and then Tottenham loses, so then Tottenham goes
That's
down to the
exactly what I want
relegation.
to happen. That's like
Yeah, but
exactly what I want to
if I had to go with again how I think who's been playing better, I think Wolverhampton's actually been playing well lately. I'd probably go with them, but obviously we want West Ham to lose. Sorry,
happen.
want West Ham to win. My bad.
We do want West Ham to win. And West Ham is coming off a really tough match against Leeds over the weekend. They played on
Hmm.
Easter Sunday. Not sure if you were able to catch that, but they went down 2-0 and showed resilience coming back 2-2 and then just really lost in a terrible, terrible shootout. Don't like
Yeah.
Chelsea's chances against Leeds in the semifinal of the FA Cup, but we're not going to talk about that just yet. But no, I'm going to pull for West Ham here, and I do think they end up taking the win. I think they have a bit more talent than Wolves do. I think just a
Hmm.
little bit more talent, but I think it's going to be a great game here regardless. I think West Ham is just a really fun team to watch.
Yeah.
I think obviously they're down at the bottom of the table, but they don't really play like a bottom of the table side,
Yeah.
right? Which is why I think their matches end up being fun. I do like some of the players they have. I think they can make it interesting. Um, so I
It
do
should
have West Ham, especially being at home, but I think it'll be a good match here regardless.
should be a good Friday game.
Yeah.
Make sure you tune on USA. Make sure you get your laptop plugged in and watch it on and type it in.
Oh, fuck my life. That means I'm gonna have to stream the VPN to get Sky up. That's fine. Uh, God, fucking USA Network. Anyway, moving on. The Saturday morning match that we do have is you could probably sleep right through this one. I might sleep right through this one. I wouldn't even wake up for it. 7:30. You got Arsenal at home versus Bournemouth. Justin, you said it earlier that this Bournemouth side could be a bit tricky, and I agree. I don't think this is going to be a comfortable win for Arsenal. I could see this being a 1-0 match for Arsenal. I don't know who he's going to end up starting. I know Arsenal
Yeah.
really does have a lot of injuries heading into the weekend. Looking at their list, they have Trossard, who has in physical discomfort, is doubtful. Odegaard is doubtful. Eze is doubtful with a calf. Marino has a foot injury. So they have quite a few players that are injured who are going to be missing from their starting lineup. Saka, I know he didn't play rather in the Champions League match. Let's see if he comes back to play in this one. Timber, same thing. So Arsenal a little bit wounded, and honestly, again, their form hasn't been great. They're not scoring a whole heck of a lot of goals. They lost to Southampton 2-1, so they're out of the FA Cup. Before that, they lost to Man City 2-0, so they were out of Carabao Cup. And before that, they beat Leverkusen and Everton, but at this point, that was before the international break. But they've just not looked good
Oh
recently, and
yeah.
against Sporting, that could have easily been, a draw or even a loss. And then you look over at Bournemouth, they're just a team that loves draws. Their last five matches have all been draws.
Yeah.
2-2 against Man U, 0-0 against Burnley, 0-0 against Brentford, 1-1 against Sunderland, and 0-0 against West Ham. Hey, this could be 0-0. They're not going to give up a lot of goals.
Yeah.
They're going to go like for like. Again, what I don't see Arsenal blowing them out any stretch of the imagination. I think this is a 1-0 win for Arsenal or even 0-0 or hey 1-1. I don't think this is a comfortable match for Arsenal.
No, yeah. And like you said, I think this is all gonna again, I don't want to repeat myself what I said before, just depend on the lineup they put out, and I know you just said it. Like again, does is he gonna go obviously injuries, is he gonna go strong? What's more important to him right now? Is it the Premier League with eight games left to go, or is it
7.
this seven? Sorry, seven, or is it this next leg of the Champions League to put them into the semifinals, or is it he puts out a strong lineup and then he starts subbing in like the 60th minute, 65th minute? I think that's really going to depend on it.
Yeah. Do you think
So,
he's holding practices this week with the fellows running around with pens in
bro,
their
with the
hands
pens.
still? Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? Yeah, I saw that and I was just like, what are we doing here?
This is a good shot though. I wonder what lineup he's going to put out. I mean, he's
Yeah.
already out of two cups.
Yeah,
He should have enough depth to run out anybody, but again, they're kind of a bit of the walking wounded, and he's just that side is not playing well right now. So we shall see. But over their last five matches, Arsenal's only scored 6 goals.
that doesn't surprise me though.
Something to look out for.
Yeah.
Not a lot of matches. Take the under. Or you know what? Just sleep in. Don't
Yeah, just sleeping.
like legitimately don't wake up and watch that freaking match. This one should be a bit better, kicking off the 10 a.m. slate of three matches that we have on Saturday. Do we have three matches at 10 a.m.? No, we have two matches at 10 a.m. So
So,
I lied again. This one is Brentford. They're at home at the G Tech against Everton. This one's going to be a solid match. You got two teams that are 7-8. Brentford is 7, Everton 8. And they're both fighting for that last Europa Conference League qualifying spot. Um, both sitting on 46 points, same identical record. Brentford does have more goals scored, but Everton has conceded less. So this one's going to be really interesting. Brentford,
yeah. I
what do
think
you
this is
think?
I think this is one of the best games of the week, to be honest.
Hmm. Okay.
Uh, I I can't pick, to be honest. If I had to tell you right now, I'm just going draw because I can't pick a winner here. I think both teams are without Everton's been playing really well lately. I think Brentford's been playing well. Uh, Sometimes you don't know what Brentford team you're gonna get. That's the only thing that does
Right.
scare me a little bit. But as a Chelsea fan, we're gonna want to tie just because they're right behind us. If Brentford wins, if either of them win and we lose, which is a big possibility, they jump us. And then if Liverpool loses, they almost jump Liverpool. They'll be tied with Liverpool on points as well. So it's a big game for both teams.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Both of their form is pretty solid heading into this
yeah,
match. I mean, Brentford. It's not a great form. One win and four draws, but they have been scoring a lot, scoring a
yeah.
lot. No losses, right? So that's always good. And then Everton has 3 wins in their last five, having beaten Chelsea, Burnley, and Newcastle on the road, which was a great win. I mean, they beat the crap out of Chelsea. So if they can come
Yeah.
back from and that was before the international break. So let's see how both of these teams come out of the international break because this will be the first matches they both played.
Okay.
Um, this is definitely going to be a match worth tuning into. I would say right now, gun to head.
Gun to head.
Give me Brentford. Give me the G Tech
Check, check, check.
being a bit loud for that
The
3 p.m.
the
London time
bees, the
kickoff.
bumblebees.
It's a hell of a stadium. It's a hell of a stadium.
Yeah.
I've had the not the honor, but I have had the privilege, that's the word, of being able to catch a match there in person and with my brother. And we were right on one of the corner flags, and it was really awesome.
Mhm.
The downtown area is really cool. It's about 20 minutes outside of London, so it's not as city-esque. Really cool though. It's kind of right on the River Thames, so really, really awesome. If you're ever over in London, definitely check that one out. The other 10 a.m. kickoff that we have is Burnley at home at the Turf Moor against Brighton Hove Albion. Brighton, right now, as it sits, is smack dab in the middle of the table at 10. Burnley is in 19th. These teams are quite a different spot right now. Burnley is not exciting at all. They're on
No.
20 points. They're just not good. Um, I think Brighton wins this quite handily. And I
Mhm.
also Brighton, I like the way they play. I really do. And I also love the resurgence of Danny Welbeck at
Yeah. Is
his older age, of 35 years old. Gives guys like myself a chance.
that how you feel?
I do. I feel when I watch Danny Welbeck play, I'm like, I got a shot at 34. I want to go run out and try out for the Red Bulls. But hey, Danny
Fair
Welbeck,
point.
12 goods. Good for maybe he'll get call, he'll get the call up this year. Who knows? But I got Brighton in this one. I think Brighton are really scoring well, or just playing well rather.
Yeah, I have Brighton as well. Again, I don't think Burnley's exciting. I think obviously they're going down. I don't think they're going to be able to make a run. And again, I think Brighton's attack is,
Well, Brighton's in great form too.
yeah.
So out of their last five matches, they beat Liverpool 2-1. They beat Sunderland 1-0. They lost only at Arsenal 1-0. They beat Nottingham 2-1, and then they beat Brentford out on the road 2-0. So
Yeah, so it's very
they're
good
in
form.
great form. Yeah. And Burnley, on the other hand, in their last five,
Yeah,
they have two draws and three losses.
yeah.
So
You just never know when these teams come back from international break.
you
Like
don't.
you
You really
never
don't.
know.
You don't. That's because, again, this is another team that this is both of their first matches. We could
Yeah.
have any range of whatever. And that's the thing. Like, at least with Arsenal, they've played a few matches now going into this Bournemouth match.
Mhm.
Bournemouth hasn't played anybody. So
But
I'm
yeah.
not going to change my opinion on that match because I think I think they're tired. And I know I'm backtracking to Arsenal, but it's
Mhm.
the same shit with him every fucking season. He tires his players out. He does. He has them run way too much in practice or in training or whatever. And they've said this before, which is why there's so many hamstring injuries. And that's why there's all these nagging muscle injuries on these guys because he has them run a lot. And you just see they at the end of the season, every season they lose form
Yeah.
every season. So anyway, sorry to jump back to Arsenal, but it came back to my mind when I was thinking about it. It's the same thing every season.
No, yeah, I agree.
Middle
I'm
of the
not
season,
disagreeing
oh,
with
they can win the quadruple. Yeah, and by
you.
fucking April, they can win nothing. So moving on. Last match that we have on Saturday is Liverpool against Fulham. This is a 12:30 kickoff at Anfield. I think this is going to be a good one. I think this is going to be a real
Yeah.
good one. I like Fulham a lot. Again, I'm biased. I also have been to Craven Cottage and seen a match there. I got to I got the privilege of going there with my dad and my brother. That was even better than Brentford. It was really fucking
Uh,
awesome. If you're ever in London, you can go there. That one is actually in London, but nonetheless, I do like the way that they're playing right now this season. And Liverpool, I don't like the way and it's weird though, because Liverpool obviously they have more points and they only have five more points, but it feels like Liverpool is just they're not that good this year, but they're in
yeah.
fifth. So I don't know, but I think it's because the Premier League is so tight. I could see a draw happening in this match. I think both of these teams are kind of evenly matched. Um, I'm interested to see what the hell Arnie Slot puts out there, what the formation is, what
So
the
yeah,
starting. Does Isak start because he did play in the Champions League? Like, is he back?
it was good to see him back though.
Is he going to start both of them up top? Like, what's he going to do? I'm so
Yeah.
interested to see what
Yeah.
happens, but please start Florian Wirtz because I need to win in fantasy. I can't finish last. Just start him so I don't have to figure that out.
Yeah.
But I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think this is similar to an Arsenal thing as well. It's like the slot, like as a manager, you're not gonna say you're out, but like, are they gonna come? Are they gonna come back and beat PSG in the Champions League? I highly doubt it. You'd probably give them a
Uh,
five. You'd probably give them 5% chance. So is it like,
yeah, they were debating
so
that last
so
night.
yeah. So now to me, it's just like okay, slot knows like they're currently in that fifth spot, that last Champions League spot, since the Premier League did get that fifth spot that just came out the other day, is their focus should be on the Premier League.
Yeah,
So I think it does depend on that lineup he puts out. Who's
they might even get a sixth spot, by the way.
if what?
I don't know. That's what they said yesterday. They might get the
Uh
sixth spot. I guess if Arsenal win, maybe.
the Champions League. That makes sense. Yeah. Still will not root for them. But yeah, I think it's a tricky game. How does Liverpool bounce back from absolutely getting shit on? Can they play worse than they did against PSG? No. But again, I think Fulham is also a tricky team to
I
play
think they're
against. Like
tricky.
like you
I
said,
think
they're
they're tricky.
sitting, they're in ninth place. They have some good wins, they have some bad losses, but
Healthy too.
they're not a team that gets blown out really. They're a team that's always in a game. They can score goals. They do concede some goals, but yeah, I think this is a good Saturday afternoon game.
Mhm. No, I agree. And
Yeah,
in their last five, they've only given up one, two, three, four.
4 goals. Yeah,
They've given up
and
four in their last five, and in those five, they're two wins, two losses, and a draw. And obviously, we know Liverpool is in a little bit of rough form recently. They only have
yeah,
one win in their last five, and that was against
5 games.
Galatasaray.
Yeah, it's tricky because I would used to say, "Oh, Liverpool's home; they have the advantage here," but
No
that's not.
brainer, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's not even a case anymore with
No.
them. Uh, if I had to pick, I th I think I do trust Liverpool getting 3 points here. I don't know why. I'm hoping for a draw. I'm hoping for a Fulham win here, obviously just for Chelsea's case, but something just tells me Liverpool will slide away with a late game winner here or something crazy at the end.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to go with, I don't think I gave my official prediction. I'll take a draw.
Draw.
1-1. But I
Nothing
think a
wrong with
lot
it.
of it is going to depend on who Artie Slot starts. But
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he's a numbskull, so I don't trust him to make the right decision at this point in time. Moving on, Sunday we do have a four-match schedule. Three of them are at 9 a.m. kickoff EST. The first one of those that are popping up on my sheet is Crystal Palace against Newcastle. This match is going to be at Selhurst Park. At time of recording, Newcastle is sitting in 12th, while Crystal Palace is sitting at 14th. 3 points separate the two sides. Newcastle 44 goals for, while Crystal Palace only has 33. Crystal Palace did win today, though, in the UEFA Conference League, if you did see that. But what do you think about this match, Just?
Uh yeah, again, I I don't know. I think I can go either way again. I know I sound like repetitive. Uh if I had to pick, I'm probably gonna say a draw. I do think it depends what Newcastle team shows up because we've seen this season, we've seen a dominant Newcastle team. Uh and then we've also seen a Newcastle team that just looks like they're in shambles.
Yep,
So I don't think Bruno G's back yet. I think he comes back late April, uh,
he is out until mid-April. Yeah,
mid-April. Think Lewis Hall will be an important player. He's probably, to be fair, he's probably been a top defender in the Premier League this year for me, by the way.
he has been, and he's an
He's,
ex-Chelsea guy, and it hurts.
what'd she say? He's going to a Chelsea next?
No, he's an ex-Chelsea guy, and it hurts.
I thought you said yeah. That doesn't surprise me. But yeah, I'm gonna go draw here. I'm not confident either.
Feel a draw. I feel
Yeah.
a draw, and I mean Newcastle's not in great form right now. Oh, shocker! Out of the last five, guess who's the only team they fucking beat?
Some team that rhymes with Belsey.
Yeah, you're
Just made up,
absolutely right.
just made up a fucking random word there.
On the road too, they beat us. But yeah, no, they lost to Sunderland. That's a huge derby to have lost. Again, that was again before the break, but they lost to Barcelona, so they're not in great form. Crystal Palace is in better form. They won 3-0 today against Fiorentina, so solid win for them. And they have now played that post break match, while Newcastle hasn't. So let's see if Newcastle could shake the legs out. Another interesting scenario with them. Let's see who's they're going to start up top. Is it going to be Gordon? Is it going to be Voltemade? Is it going to be
Issa.
Vissa? If it's not, it better be Voltemade. I need one of my fucking I need either him or Jokeris to start, but it's going to be an interesting match. This one, I wouldn't. Sorry, Nuge, but I'm not going to jump out of bed to watch that one in particular. I could see it ending as a draw, 0-0, 1-1.
Hmm. Yeah, I can see
Next
that as well.
Sure. Next match I have on the day is Nottingham Forest against Villa at the City Ground. Both of these teams were actually in action today as well. Porto playing Nottingham Forest 1-1. Good draw by Nottingham Forest. And then Villa winning at Bologna 3-1. But Villa right now, as it sits in the table, are fourth on 54 points. Somehow just staying in there, even though they haven't looked good, but neither have the teams beyond, on the other side of them. So no
Give me
harm, no
Forest.
foul.
Give me Forest here.
You're just about you. If Nottingham Forest is at 16, so yeah, you're just
No,
getting your third.
I'm going with Forest
You don't want any
home.
more numbers? I'm just
No,
gonna
9 o'clock on
nothing
a
else.
Sunday, April 12th. Give me Nottingham Forest. I'm putting my apartment rent on it this month. Lock it in.
Guess what the forecast is too for a Sunday 3 p.m. kickoff in Nottingham. Nice and rainy. Nice and rainy. I could see
Perfect. Villa, can you do it on a Sunday?
Villa, can you do it on a Sunday in Nottingham?
Nope.
Um,
Next podcast, I'm going to be outside of my box because I just bet it all on Nottingham.
yeah, unlike you, I think Villa is actually in pretty good form and everybody's healthy at this point in time. John McGinn's back. I mean, I think they look really fucking good today,
Mhm.
but I think they've been in good form for a bit now. I don't know how. I think towards the middle of the season they were hot and then they kind of cooled off, and now I think
Yeah.
they're just gonna sputter here, but I think they're sputtering around a good. And I think their good is better than Nottingham Forest. Nottingham, when they played against Porto today, I mean, Porto's a good team, but they looked like crap. So
Yeah, fair.
that's what I got to say on it. Ollie Watkins, he's on 9 goals on the season. I think he'll bag his 10th. He scored a couple today.
He should have more than 9. I'm sorry.
His XG this year is 10.3. So yes, he should.
It's just knowing him, he should be,
I agree.
yeah, he should be 15 plus.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I do have Villa here. I don't think they're going to blow them away or anything. I think Villa's a pretty like safe 1-0, 2-1 type of team contender, but I think it'll be cagey. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I see Villa winning.
Yeah, I'm still picking Villa for my pick 'em though.
Muy bien, muy bien. The last 9 a.m. match that we have, and this is a good one. We got we got Sunderland at home at the Stadium of Light versus Tottenham. 9 a.m. kickoff. Tottenham Hotspur, as we speak, are 1 point above the relegation, sitting in 17th, while Sunderland is sitting in 11th on 43 points. Give me Sunderland and give me all of Sunderland.
Is this Spurs' first game with the new coach? Or is this, have they played a game with him?
This is their first match.
I can't keep track because it's fucking international break. Uh, I think this is the make or break game for Spurs for the entire season.
Yeah.
I think a win here changes a lot for the rest of the season with them with De Zerbi coming in. Uh, I think if they win, I think again, like I think it changes the locker room, a lot of confidence going forward. I think if they lose, it kills them. I think it just shows that there's no fixing this team right now.
I don't think
So
there's fixing this team. I don't think
yeah,
whoever was coming in there was fixing
yeah.
this team.
So I'm gonna actually go with Spurs. I know I've taken them in the pick 'em like the last fucking 3 weeks too, and they've been killing me. So I was just like, eventually they got to win, and they
How
haven't
are
been
you
playing great
taking
hits.
Spurs in this match?
I have
What do
I
you, what do
I
you,
I
I'm
just
sorry, but
I
what part of the Spurs right now do you see that? What?
I just have a feeling. That's all I have. My feeling may not be correct.
On the
I I,
road at the Stadium of Light, the
listen.
Spurs are going to go up there and win.
I just have a feeling. I hope I'm wrong because we want them to go down, but sometimes I have a gut feeling and I go with it. I'm sorry it's hurting your feelings right now, but I said this is the last time. If we talk about them in the future, I will never pick them again. If they lose after this one,
Oh
I'll
my
pick loss. Don't even ask
goodness.
me about them playing anymore, and you can that's my answer.
You're
But I
just throwing
just
all the stats out the window
yes,
tonight. Yeah.
sometimes you got a gut feeling and you go with it. And if I'm wrong, I look like a jackass.
You
And then we
don't
can
even
have
look
an
like a
episode.
jackass. You don't
And
have a
then we
shirt on and
it's
recording
fucking
a
hot here. Then we
podcast.
can
It's
have an episode.
45
We
degrees
we can
outside.
have an episode next week of Jackass of the Week, and you can fucking put a picture of me on it.
All right, perfect. I look forward to it. No, I mean, I don't have the Spurs. I have Sunderland. I don't. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I just don't have the Spurs winning. I
No,
don't.
I
I
completely
could
get
see
that.
like I could see a draw. I just don't see the
Yeah.
Spurs winning.
Oh yeah, there's nothing saying they've been playing well because they haven't been playing well. But again, it's like a gut feeling.
Okay. All right. You go with your gut. The last match that we have on Sunday, 11:30 kickoff at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea taking on Manchester City. Chelsea right now is in sixth on 48 points. Manchester City's in second on 61 points, and they also have a game in hand over Chelsea. For you counting at home, that's 13 points. I, as a pro Chelsea podcast, the only win that we've had in our last five is against Port Vale, but at least it was 7-0. Prior to that, Everton lost by three. I mean, it's been really, really, really bad for the Blues and Manchester City. They're coming off a 4-0 ass whooping. City's coming off a 4-0 ass whooping over the weekend of Liverpool beating up handily, and before that, whooping up on Arsenal 2-0. Scoreline was closer than that game even indicated in the match. Justin's note is RIP Chelsea, and I too agree. I think this is a clown show. And I think this clown show is heading in the wrong direction. Enzo Fernandez not playing. Jorgensen out. Colwell obviously out. Reece James out again. He's not good. and I'll get to that later. But Reece
Who?
James is not good. Your best ability is your availability. He plays no more than 15
Oh
matches a
my
fucking
God.
season. I'll debate it, but we don't have to do it now. Chalaba out and Gittins out. I don't even know who we're playing. It's the end of the road for me. This season has to be the end of the road for Liam Rosina. He has lost the locker room. I don't
He's
think
not
he's
going
gonna.
anywhere. They already said that.
It's a fucking joke. It's a joke. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Blue Co is more concerned about keeping a fucking clown as head coach than they are about keeping some of the world's best players in Cucurella and Enzo Fernandez. Like, you'd rather let one of the top left backs in the world and one of the top, I don't know, 10, 15, whatever, I don't care, midfielders in the world walk because you want to keep a puppet as a head coach.
Fair.
It's despicable. It's a joke. Um, I might not watch it. I might watch. I don't have much else going on in my life, so like I'll probably like that's the problem at 11:30 on a Sunday morning. What else am I doing? But like it's a clown show. Absolute clown show. If Man City won 4-0, wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, I just don't think we're good enough right now, and I think Man City after that loss to Real Madrid in the Champions League, I think they've been playing much better football. Uh just better all around. I think Pep's coaching tactics have been working for him lately. But yeah, we're just shit. I don't know what lineup we're gonna put out. The only thing I could say is when we do play Man City, the games are usually exciting. They're not boring to watch. So I'm not gonna say like I'm gonna count Chelsea out fully because there's probably a 7.425% chance that they may shock the world and win here. But I think Man City should come out of here with a win. Over the last six games we played them, tied 1-1, lost 3-1, lost 2-0, lost 1-0, tied 1-1, tied 4-4. So we have zero wins, three draws, and Man City, Man City has three wins. So like all the games have
Perfect.
really all the games have been exciting to be honest. But again, I just don't think we're good right now.
What are your thoughts this week that the Chelsea players came out and apparently went to Rosina and said that they
Told about
wanted
Enzo, they want
about
Enzo back.
Enzo the suspension lifted from
And
that?
like again, like that just shows how big of a joke our club is right now. That just whole situation.
Yeah. I agree. And I don't see it getting any better. I foreshadowed this a couple podcasts ago when I said don't be surprised if we continue our form that these guys are going to want to leave. And what do they do? They want an international break, and so they want to fucking leave more or
Like,
less.
yeah,
So, and that's just
yeah,
two of them. It could be another three, four by the end of the season. I don't see Chelsea
yeah,
winning this match. I
yeah,
see them getting booed at halftime, and then a
yeah.
lot
Who's
of
that?
like
Who's playing center back? Who's
a lot
stopping?
of yeah, a
I
lot of
I
like
know
we
how
don't
I
care
know
about blue coat
yeah,
chants.
yeah, and I know Holland hasn't been playing great lately, but I think he could just shit on our back line.
I also think Semenyo's going to have his way.
Semenyo on the
You know
wing,
what's
yeah,
interesting though, and I wanted to ask you this question. Why did you think nothing happened with Cucurella? I mean, his comments were
yeah, that is true, yeah.
the same exact as Enzo's, if not more damning. Do you think it's because Enzo's the captain?
Well, and they already said he's getting his captain's back, like he's not gonna be ripped of his.
Well, do you think he got suspended because as the captain, you're supposed to set a precedent for the rest of the team?
No.
Well, then what was the
I
difference?
think it may be more of this Enzo wanting to leave or Enzo being related or dragged on to Barca. Real Madrid has been going on for a little bit longer. I think the Cucurella thing's a little bit more newer.
What do you think about? Okay, okay. What do you think about Cole Palmer having the captain say, "I love it"? He likes
I,
it.
that doesn't fucking matter.
I like it. I think he's been playing much better. I mean, again, I know it was Port Vale, but we did beat him up pretty 7 goals
You
maybe.
might as well just give the fucking armband to fucking Estevao who's fucking 18. It's not gonna fucking make a difference.
Yeah, that is true. I do have a question because I know you rolled your eyes at it about Reece James. You want to get into a Reece James conversation or not today?
What is the argument?
I don't think he's very good.
You're full of shit.
I don't think you could be the world's best anything if you only play 20 matches tops a year.
Yeah, but that's different. That's a different argument though. When he's healthy,
That's a big
he
win. That's like a big
no,
win.
no, yes, obvious. this is a stupid argument already. When he's healthy, and yes, the biggest issues with him over his career that has ruined his legacy is he can never stay healthy. He can never put a full season together. And we saw it in the beginning this year. He put a lot of games together. Obviously, he was on minutes, and then he picked up this hamstring injury, and then it re-aggravated again, I believe it was. But when he's healthy, he is, I don't want to say he is the best, but he is a top three right back in the world. In the world. But he can't do it a full season because he's never healthy enough. You can't say he's not good.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's a stretch.
He's he, he's
He's
going to
still
start for
incredible.
England if he's healthy at the outside back spot 100%.
Well, that's just because Tuchel's banging Trent Alexander's ex-girlfriend.
Trent?
Yes, he is.
No, he is, but I'm still taking healthy. I'm taking Reece James over Trent every day of the week.
Apparently, Ben White too is going to be starting over both of them.
Okay, I can fucking take Ben White. England's not going to be going very far in that fucking World
Well,
Cup with
I
him
don't think
back
Tommy
there.
Tuchel's going to get him very far as it is, but yeah. Anyway, no, he's very good, but yeah, I mean the injuries are an issue. I mean, maybe part of that is the fact that they can keep inverting him into midfield and not just playing him at
Yeah,
right back, right? Like they're having him run all over the place.
that is
They're
very true.
so they're like, okay, yeah, you have bad hamstrings. We should probably not run you as much. Let's put you in midfield where all you do is fucking run and cut back and forth 10-yard sprints. Yeah, good fucking idea. Idiots. Oh, idiots. Anyhow, this brings us to our last match of the week 32 slate on Monday, 3 p.m. Man U home against Leeds United at Old Trafford. Man U definitely a lot of injuries, and Buemo's doubtful, Sesko doubtful. You got Mazraoui's doubtful, Dorgu doubtful, Delict out.
Jesus.
Martinez, doubtful. Yeah, a lot of injuries. Leeds, no injuries, and they're coming off a very strong win against West Ham in the shootout over the weekend. That all being said, and at time of recording, Man U is sitting at third, 55 points. I mean, they're pretty comfortably making the Champions League. And Joe B, Chelsea is not finishing above Man U. Sorry, bud. And Leeds, Leeds is at 33 points at 15th in the table. Again, all that to say, I got Man U in this one pretty comfortably. I could see it being 3-0,
Yeah.
4-1. I think they're in great form. I love the way Carrick's got them playing. Even with these injuries, I just think they're very strong. And I think Bruno Fernandes, I have been a very big Bruno Fernandes hater over the years. I will say that. And a lot of that is due to his attitude, but the man can play. He can straight up play, and he's an incredible player. I think this season he's been the best player in the Premier League because of all the things he can do with the assists, the crosses. Um, I think Manchester United, even again with Sesko, if he's out, if Mbeumo is out, they'll still have Cunha to run up top and Fernandes to feed the ball. I think they still win.
Yeah. Again, Man City, not Man City, sorry. Man U has three losses in their last 20 games. And that's just losses, not counting draws, but it's just
Yeah.
impressive what they've done. Uh, last time they did play Leeds, they did tie. They did tie 1-1. That was on January 4th. The interesting thing here for me is, the last time Man you played a game was
A month ago?
March 20th. So it's
Three
about
weeks?
it's about it's about 3 weeks since they've last playing, Jesus, last played. So I think something that's happened to Man U lately is, even though these results have been coming a lot lately, obviously lost to Newcastle 2-1 and tied Bournemouth 2-2, is they're very slow to start these games. Just
I
because
agree.
just because they're not playing, and
They're not
obviously
playing midweek.
yeah,
They're
you,
not,
you
yeah.
you can only train so much. Uh so I think it's going to be important for them because Leeds is, I'm not going to say they're good, but Leeds can put the ball in the back of the net and they can play a little scrappy. Because again, they really have nothing to lose going into the end of the season. So I think the first 15. 20 minutes is going to be important for Man U here. I think if they get through those first 15, 20 minutes, like you said, they do have injuries, but I still think they're good enough that they should beat Leeds here. But I do see a close game. I don't see like a 3-0 game like you said. I could see a 2-1 game, maybe a 3-1 game, late goal. But I think it should be a good game, a good Monday game.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Totally agree. Who you got winning? You got Man U?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Man U here.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Well, Justin, that brings us to the end of the slate. Anything you have that you want to cover on the weekend's matches?
No, again, I'm just excited there's Premier League back.
Yeah,
Not international football. I like international football is good for some games and seeing some players. But I'm just glad we're into that final stretch of the Premier League. Like we have no more breaks. We go. There's games every week. There's games every week now. Like we're at the final stretch.
yeah, yeah. And this is just a great time of year to be a fan, and it's awesome. And there's a lot of different leagues obviously playing this weekend, but
Hmm.
um, excuse me, should be a lot of fun to watch. Justin, anything you want to leave our listeners with?
No, yeah. Again, I don't know if we'll be doing an episode next week because you are away, right, in Myrtle Beach.
That will be in Myrtle Beach. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so there probably will be no pod unless Ian is drunk on the golf course and decides to record. Maybe gets a hole in one and goes
Hey,
crazy.
maybe I'll be able to finally pin Santiago down.
Yeah,
I will be with him.
find our lost friend. Uh, but no, Ian, hope you enjoy. Obviously, we'll talk before you go, but I hope you enjoy your trip. Enjoy the weather. Hit some hole in ones in for me. Uh, but yeah, good pod talking about some footy.
Yeah, absolutely. Justin, thank you very much. And listeners, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, please leave us a 5-star review, give us a follow, leave us a comment. What do you want to hear on the next episode? And if you want to, follow us on the Instagram machine, beyond_a_ball_. From all of us over here at the Beyond the Ball podcast. Until next time.